Well, greetings to you and welcome to another daily walk through the scriptures. It is Thursday, May the 28th, and I do hope that you are doing extremely well on this fine day and look forward to getting into the scriptures. We find ourselves in First Chronicles today. But before we begin reading there, hit that share button. Be sure and comment as well and we'll get right into First Chronicles. We're going to try to get into Psalms a little bit too. We'll see time wise how that goes, but we're going to finish out First Chronicles today, and so there's 4 chapters here that we're going to work our way through. As we try to wrap up First Chronicles, and then maybe get into a psalm as well at the end. Okay, but here we go. First Chronicles chapter 26. First Chronicles chapter 26, these scriptures say concerning the divisions of the porters of the Korites was Meshlemiah, the son of Kor. Of the sons of Asaph and the sons of Meshlemiah were Zechariah, the firstborn, Jediel, the second Zebediah, the third Jathniel, the fourth, Elam, the fifth, Jehohanan, the sixth, Elionai, the seventh. Moreover, the sons of Obed-Edom were Shemaiah, the firstborn, Jehozabad, the second, Joah, the third, and Sacher, the fourth, and Nathaniel, the fifth. Amiel, the sixth, Issachar, the seventh, Pulthai, the eighth, for God blessed him. Also unto Shemaiah his son were sons born that ruled throughout the house of their father, for they were mighty men of valor. The sons of Shemaiah, Othni and Raphael, and Obed, Elzabad, whose brethren were strong men, Elihu and Semachiah. All these of the sons of Obed-Edom, they and their sons and their brethren, able men for strength for the service, were 62 of Obed-Edom. And Meshlemiah had sons and brethren, strong men, 18. Also Hosa of the children of Merari had sons, Simri the chief, for though he was not the firstborn, yet his father made him the chief. Hilkiah the second, Tebaliah the third, Zechariah the fourth. All the sons and brethren of Hosa were 13. Among these were the divisions of the porters, even among the chief men, having wards one against another to minister in the house of the Lord. And they cast lots, as well the small as the great, according to the house of their fathers for every gate. And the lot eastward fell to Shelemiah, then for Zechariah his son, a wise counselor. They cast lots, and his lot came out northward to Obed-Edom, southward, and to his sons, the south of Asupam to Shupam, and Hosa, the lot came forth westward with the gate Shaleketh by the causeway of the going upward against Ward. Eastward were 6 Levites. Northward 4 a day, southward 4 a day, and toward Asupam 2 and 2. And Parbar, westward 4 at the causeway, and 2 at Parbar. These are the divisions of the porters among the sons of Kor and among the sons of Merari. And of the Levites, Ahijah was over the treasures of the house of God and over the treasures of the dedicated things. As concerning the sons of Laden, the sons of the Gershonite Laden, chief fathers, even of Laden the Gershonite, were Jehili. The sons of Jehili, Zetham and Joel his brother, which were over the treasures of the house of the Lord, of the Amramites and the Izharites, the Hebronites and the Uzzielites. And Shebuel, the son of Gershom, the son of Moses, was ruler of the treasures. And his brethren, by Eliezer, Rehabiah his son, and Jeshiah his son, and Joram his son, and Zikri his son, and Shelemith his son, which Shelemith and his brethren were over all the treasures of the dedicated things which David the king and the chief fathers and the captain over thousands and hundreds and the captains of the hosts had dedicated. Out of the spoils won in battles did they dedicate to maintain the house of the Lord. And all that Samuel the seer and Saul the son of Kish and Abner the son of Ner and Joab the son of Zeruiah had dedicated, and whosoever had dedicated anything, it was under the hand of Shelemith and of his brethren. And the Izharites and the Kenaniah and his sons were of the outward business over Israel for officers and judges. And of the Hebronites, Hashabiah and his brethren, men of valor, 1,700 were officers among them of Israel. On this side Jordan westward in all the business of the Lord and in the service of the king. Among the Hebronites was Jerijah, the chief, even among the Hebronites, according to the generations of his fathers. In the 40th year of the reign of David, they were sought for. And there were found among them mighty men of valor at Jazer of Gilead. And his brethren, men of valor, were 200 and 700 chief fathers, whom King David made rulers over the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh for every matter pertaining to God and affairs of the king. And then chapter 27. Now the children of Israel, after their number to wit, the chief fathers and captains of thousands and hundreds, and their officers that served the king in any matter of the course which came in and went out month by month throughout all the months of the year, of every course were 20 and 4,000. Over the first course for the first month was Jashabim, the son of Zabdiel, and in his course were 20 and 4,000 of the children of Perez, was the chief of all the captains of the host for the first month. And over the course of the second month was Dodai and Ahoite. And his course was Mikloth, also the ruler. In his course likewise were 20 and 4,000. The third captain of the host for the third month was Benaniah, the son of Jehoiada, a chief priest. And in his course were 20 and 4,000. This is that Benaniah who was mighty among the 30 and above the 30, and in his course was Aminazabad, Bad, his son. The fourth captain for the fourth month was Azahel, the brother of Joab, and Zebediah, his son, after him. And in his course were 20 and 4,000. The fifth captain of the fifth month was Shamhuth, the Israelite, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The sixth captain for the sixth month was Ira, the son of Ikish, the Tekoite, and in his course was 20 and 4,000. The seventh captain for the seventh month was Heliz, the Pelonite, and the children of Ephraim, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The eighth captain for the eighth month was Sibbecai, the Hushathite of the Zarahites, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The ninth captain for the ninth month was Abizer, the Anatothite of the Benjamites, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The 10th captain for the 10th month was Maharai, the Netophathite of the Zarhites, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The 11th captain for the 11th month was Benani, the Pirathonite of the children of Ephraim, and its course were 20 and 4,000. The 20 captain for the 12th month was Heldai, the Netophathite of Othniel, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. Furthermore, over the tribes of Israel, the ruler of the Reubenites was Eliezer, the son of Zikri of the Simonites, Shephatiah, the son of Makkah, of the Levites, Hashabiah, the son of Kemuel, of the Aaronites, Zadok, of Judah, Elihu, one of the brethren of David, of Issachar, Omri, the son of Michael, of Zebulun, Ishmaiah, the son of Obadiah, of Naphtali, Jeremoth, the son of Azriel, of the children of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Azaziah, of the half tribe of Manasseh, Joel, and the son of Pedaiah, of the half tribe of Manasseh and Gilead, Edu, the son of Zechariah, of Benjamin, Jasiel, the son of Abner, of Dan, Azareel, the son of Jeraham. These were the princes of the tribes of Israel. But David took not the number of them from 20 years old and under, because the Lord had said he would increase Israel like to the stars of the heavens. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, began to number, but he finished not, because there fell wrath from it against Israel. Neither was the number put in the account of the Chronicles of King David. And over the king's treasures was Asmaveth, the son of Adiel. And over the storehouses of the fields and the cities and in the villages and the castles was Jehonathan, the son of Uzziah. And over them that did the work of the field for tillage of the ground was Ezri, the son of Chilub, And over the vineyards was Shimei the Ramathite. Over the increase of the vineyards from the wine cellars was Zabdi the Shifmite. And over the olive trees and the sycamore trees that were in the low plains were Baal Hanan of the Gederite. And over the cellars of oil was Joash. And over the herds that fed in Sharon was Shitrai the Sharonite. And over the herds that were in the valleys was Shaphat the son of Adlai. Over the camels also was Obil the Ishmaelite. And over the asses was Jediah the Meronothite. And over the flocks was Jeziz the Hagarite. All these were the rulers of the substance which was King David's. Also, Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a wise man, and a scribe. And Jehiel, the son of Hachmoni, was with the king's sons. And Ahithophel was the king's counselor. And Hushai the Archite was the king's companion. And after Ahithophel was Jehoiada, the son of Benaniah, and Abiathar, and the general of the king's army was Joab. And then, chapter 28. And David assembled all the princes of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and the captains and the companies that ministered to the king by course, and the captains over the thousands, then captains over the hundreds, and the stewards over all the substance and possession of the king and of the sons, with the officers, with the mighty men, and with all the valiant men unto Jerusalem. Then David, the king, stood up upon his feet and said, Hear me, my brethren and my people. As for me, I had in mine heart to build a house of rest for the ark of the covenant of the Lord, for the footstool of our God, and had made ready for the building. But God said unto me, Thou shalt not build a house for my name, because thou hast been a man of war and hast shed blood. Howbeit the Lord God of Israel chose me before all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever. For he had chosen Judah to be the ruler of the house of Judah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father he liked me to make me king over all Israel. And of all my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he had chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. He said unto Solomon, and he said unto me, Solomon thy son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be his father. Moreover, I will establish his kingdom forever, if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments, as at this day. Now, therefore, in the sight of all Israel, the congregation of the Lord, and in the audience of our God, keep and seek for all the commandments of the Lord your God, that ye may possess this good land, and leave it for an inheritance for your children after you forever. And thou, Solomon, my son, know thou the God of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart, with a willing mind. For the Lord searcheth all hearts, and understandeth all the imaginations of the thoughts. If thou seek him, he will be found of thee. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever. Take heed now, for the Lord hath chosen thee to build a house for the sanctuary. Be strong and do it. Then David gave to Solomon his son the pattern of the porch, and of the houses thereof, and of the treasuries thereof, and of the upper chambers thereof, and of the inner parlors thereof, and of the place of the mercy seat, and the pattern of all that he had by the spirit of the courts of the house of the Lord, and of all the chambers round about of the treasuries of the house of God, and of the treasuries of the dedicated things, also for the courses of the priests and the Levites, and for all the work of the service in the house of the Lord, and for all the vessels of service in the house of the Lord. He gave of gold by weight for things of gold, for all instruments of all manner of service, silver also for all instruments, and silver by weight for all instruments of every kind of service, even the weight for the candlesticks of gold, and for their lamps of gold, by weight for every candlestick, and for the lamps thereof, and for the candlesticks of silver by weight, both for the candlestick and also for the lamps thereof, according to the use of every candlestick. And by weight he gave gold for the tables of showbread, for every table, and likewise silver for the tables of silver. Also pure gold for the flesh hooks, and the bowls and the cups, and for the golden basins he gave gold by weight for every basin, and likewise silver by weight for every basin of silver. And for the altar of incense, refined gold by weight, and gold for the pattern of the chariot of the cherubim that spread out their wings and covered the ark of the covenant of the Lord. All this, said David, the Lord made me understand in writing by his hand upon me, even all the works of this pattern. And David said to Solomon his son, Be strong and of good courage, and do it. Fear not, nor be dismayed, for the Lord God, even my God, will be with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee, until thou hast finished all the work for the service of the house of the Lord. And behold, the courses of the priests and the Levites, even they shall be with thee for all the service of the house of God. And there shall be with thee for all manner of workmanship every willing, skillful man, for any manner of service, also the princes, and all the people will be holy at thy commandment. And then note with me, finally, chapter 29. Furthermore, David the king said unto all the congregation, Solomon my son, whom alone God hath chosen, is yet young and tender, and the work is great. For the palace is not for man, but for the Lord God. Now I have prepared with all my might for the house of my God the gold for things to be made of gold, and the silver for things of silver, and the brass for things of brass, the iron for things of iron, and wood for things of wood, onyx stones, and stones to be set, glittering stones, and of divers colors, and all manner of precious stones, and marble stones in abundance. Moreover, because I have set my affection to the house of my God, I have of my own proper good of gold and silver, which I have given to the house of my God, over and above all that I have prepared for the holy house. Even 3,000 talents of gold, of the gold of Ophir, and 7,000 talents of refined silver to overlay the walls of the houses withal. The gold for things of gold, and the silver for things of silver, and for all manner of work to be made by the hands of artificers. And who then is willing to consecrate a service this day unto the Lord? Then the chief of the fathers and princes of the tribes of Israel, and the captains of thousands of hundreds with the rulers of the king's work offered willingly, and gave for the servants of the house of God of gold 5,000 talents, and 10,000 drams, and of silver 10,000 talents, and of brass 18,000 talents, and 100,000 talents of iron. And they with whom precious stones were found gave them to the treasure of the house of the Lord by the hand of Jehiel the Gershonite. Then the people rejoiced, for that they offered willingly, because with perfect heart they offered willingly to the Lord. And David the king also rejoiced with great joy. Wherefore David blessed the Lord with all the congregation. And David said, Blessed be thou, Lord God of Israel, our Father, forever and ever. Thine, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty, for all that is in the heaven and in the earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom, O Lord, and thou art exalted as head above all. Both riches and honor come of thee, and thou reignest over all. And in thine hand is power and might, and in thine hand it is to make great and to give strength unto all. Now, therefore, our God, we thank thee and praise thy glorious name. But who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to offer so willingly after this sort? For all things come of thee, and of thine own have we given thee. For we are strangers before thee, and sojourners, as were all our fathers. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is none abiding. O Lord our God, all this store that we have prepared to build thee a house for thine holy name cometh of thine hand, and is all thine own. I know also, my God, that thou triest the heart, and hast pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of mine heart, I have willingly offered all these things. And now have I seen with joy thy people, which are present here to offer willingly unto thee. O Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel our fathers, keep this forever in the imaginations of the thoughts of the heart of thy people, and prepare their heart unto thee. And give unto Solomon my son a perfect heart, to keep thy commandments, thy testimonies, and thy statutes, and to do all these things, and to build the palace for the which I have provision. And David said to all the congregation, Now bless the Lord your God. And all the congregation blessed the Lord God of their fathers, and bowed down their heads, and worshiped the Lord and the king. And they sacrificed sacrifices unto the Lord, and offered burnt offerings unto the Lord on the morrow. After that day, even 1,000 bullocks, 1,000 rams, and 1,000 lambs with their drink offerings, and sacrifices in abundance for all Israel, and did eat and drink before the Lord on that day with great gladness. And they made Solomon the son of David king the second time, and anointed him unto the Lord to be the chief governor, and Zadok to be priest. Then Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king instead of David his father, and prospered, and all Israel obeyed him. And all the princes and the mighty men and all the sons likewise of King David submitted themselves unto Solomon the king. And the Lord magnified Solomon exceedingly in the sight of all Israel, and bestowed upon him such majesty, such royal majesty, as had not been on any king before him in Israel. Thus David the son of Jesse reigned over all Israel. And the time that he reigned over Israel was 40 years. 7 years reigned he in Hebron, and 33 years reigned he in Jerusalem. And he died in a good old age, full of days, riches, and honor. And Solomon his son reigned in his stead. Now the acts of David the king, first and last, behold, they are written in the book of Samuel the seer, and in the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer, with all his reign and in his might, and the times that went over him and over Israel, and over all the kingdoms of the countries. And with that, we will be closing our time together today and just sticking in Chronicles. Thank you so much for joining me for our daily walk through the scriptures. We now have David has passed and Solomon is now on the throne of Israel, and look forward to reading his story next. Thank you once again. Have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll see many of you tomorrow.